Many English learners face this frustrating problem. You can understand everything in movies, podcasts, or songs, but when it comes to speaking, you hesitate, struggle to find words, and can't express yourself fluently. Why does this happen? Why is it that you can comprehend so well, but still find it difficult to produce words when needed? Let's dive into this issue, analyze the root causes, and explore effective solutions. One of the main reasons is that you haven't practiced speaking enough. Think about it. How much time do you spend listening? You probably watch countless movies, listen to hours of podcasts, and read in English daily. However, speaking is a completely different skill. It's like learning to play an instrument. If you only listen to music but never practice playing, you won't be able to perform a song smoothly. Your brain has become accustomed to absorbing information rather than producing it, and without active practice, speaking will remain difficult. Another major obstacle is the fear of making mistakes. Many people worry about mispronouncing words or using incorrect grammar, leading to a loss of confidence. They become self-conscious and prefer to remain silent rather than risk embarrassment. However, native speakers don't care if your grammar is perfect or if your accent is flawless. The primary purpose of speaking is to communicate, not to impress others with linguistic perfection. In fact, even native speakers make mistakes all the time. The key is to embrace mistakes as part of the learning process. Additionally, many learners think in their native language before speaking English. This translation process slows down speech and makes sentences sound unnatural. When you construct sentences based on your first language, you're bound to struggle with word order, phrasing, and expressions that don't directly translate. Instead of translating, try to immerse yourself in English sentence structures. Learn commonly used phrases and expressions so that they come to you naturally without needing to think in your native language first. So how can you overcome these challenges and improve your speaking skills? Here are some practical solutions. First, make speaking a daily habit. Set a goal to practice speaking every day, even if only for a few minutes. Talk to a friend, a teacher, or even yourself in front of a mirror. Repetition builds confidence and strengthens your ability to form sentences without hesitation. You don't need a partner to practice. Just speaking out loud helps reinforce what you've learned and makes it easier to recall words and phrases when needed. Second, try shadowing. Shadowing is a technique where you listen to a native speaker and repeat what they say immediately, imitating their pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. This method helps you develop natural speech patterns and improves your fluency. Choose a video, speech, or podcast, and mimic the speaker as closely as possible. Over time, your speaking will sound more fluid and natural. Third, focus on learning phrases instead of individual words. Instead of memorizing vocabulary in isolation, learn sentences that native speakers commonly use. For example, instead of just learning the word help, learn the full phrase, "Can you help me with this?" This approach allows you to recall entire phrases effortlessly when speaking rather than piecing words together on the spot. Another effective technique is to record yourself speaking. This might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's one of the best ways to track your progress. Choose a topic, talk about it for a minute or two, then listen to your recording. You'll quickly identify areas for improvement, whether it's pronunciation, grammar, or hesitation. Compare your speech to native speakers and adjust accordingly. Over time, this will make a significant difference in your confidence and fluency. Additionally, engage in conversations as much as possible. Join language exchange programs, participate in discussion groups, or find a speaking partner online. The more you expose yourself to real conversations, the easier it becomes to think and respond in English naturally. If you don't have access to native speakers, chat with other learners. Speaking in English, even with non-native speakers, still strengthens your skills. One powerful but often overlooked strategy is to develop your inner voice in English. Many people think in their native language by default, but you can train yourself to think in English instead. Start by narrating your daily activities in your head. For example, while making breakfast, think, "I'm pouring coffee into my cup. The toast is almost ready." This mental practice helps bridge the gap between understanding and speaking because it gets your brain used to forming sentences in real time. Another crucial aspect is pronunciation. Many learners struggle with speaking because they're unsure of how words should sound. Spend time improving your pronunciation by listening closely to native speakers and practicing tricky sounds. Use resources like phonetic charts, pronunciation apps, and speech analysis tools to refine your accent. Pronunciation plays a huge role in confidence. When you know you're saying words correctly, you'll feel more comfortable speaking. If possible, immerse yourself in an English-speaking environment. Surround yourself with the language as much as possible. Change your phone settings to English. Follow English-speaking influencers, and think of English as a part of your daily life rather than just something you study. The more exposure you get, the more natural the language will feel. Lastly, remind yourself that fluency takes time. There's no instant solution to becoming a confident speaker, but consistent effort will lead to progress. Be patient, stay motivated, and don't be afraid to speak up. Every mistake is a step toward improvement, and the more you speak, the more comfortable and fluent you'll become. Most importantly, don't get discouraged. If you feel like you're not improving as fast as you'd like, remind yourself of the progress you've already made. Look back at where you started, and you'll realize how much you've grown. Language learning is a journey, not a race. Small, consistent steps will eventually lead to big results. One last piece of advice: make speaking fun. Enjoy the process by engaging with English in ways that excite you. Sing along to your favorite English songs, play word games, or join an online discussion about a topic you love. When learning feels enjoyable, you're more likely to stick with it and see real improvement. So, take a deep breath, let go of your fear, and start speaking today. With the right mindset and consistent effort, you'll soon find yourself expressing your thoughts effortlessly in English.